Relay launches, we won't be able to change its trajectory. It could land on one of our towns. No, of course not.
Make me walk on over there, huh? But some kind of slack-wit faffing.
Looks like a fight! My aftermarket parts are Let's get you healed. Out of sight and on the way.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just stay with.
Commission. Title's looking a right marksman,
Putting traitors on display like that's one way to send a message. Can't be too good for morale, though.
Company, Commander. Friendly kind.
They never questioned, never doubted. There's Sovereign provides, the system abides.
sovereign provides, the system abides.
Admittedly, yes, but those were minor incidents.
What now? Ah, an intruder. Of course. I was warned the paradigm would test me, and here you have arrived. And Corbin. By your presence, am I to understand that you've turned renegade as well? Of all the serpents writhing beneath my boot, you were the last I expected to strike at me.
The only renegade here is you, Umberto. You forced my hand through your paranoia and cruelty.
I'm killing traitors, seditionists. I am purging our prized garden of chokeweed and all manner of slithering things. My methods may seem callous, but a swift response to treason is necessary to prevent this crisis from worsening. Auntie's choice, bah! The invaders are vacuous opportunists dead from the collar up. They would not have found purchase here if not for the festering rot already in our soil.
Festering rot. Hell of a way to speak of your own forces, Brigadier.
Or perhaps your auntie's choice simply lacks the standards to separate out mediocrity. Nevertheless, I am not afraid to speak what's true. Our great protectorate has lost its way. Years of comfort and plenty without stricter enforcement have softened us, made us weak, undisciplined. If only the sovereign heeded his consul's wisdom, he could restore the protectorate's honor, instead of shaming his forebears by leaving such a grave task to others like myself. Hardly. I perform with full confidence the role the paradigm has cast me in. A well-honed blade with which to smite the Protectorate's mightiest foes.
It's as I feared. You really have gone beyond the reach of all reason and honor. It was a lingering hope, nothing more. I don't suppose you have anything more to add? Something that might further our purpose? Now would be the time to deploy it.
Enough! Silence your disparaging tongue. Better yet, I will do it myself.
Looks like a fight. Help me end this fight on my feet.
Hey, got a distraction for you. Over here. Free hole in the head.
Let's finish then. Montelli's reign of terror has ended. If you'd have told me all those years ago that this is where my future would lead, standing over Montelli's corpse, I'm not sure I would have wished to survive that disaster. What's done is done. I only hope my superiors will understand my actions here today, and that the Vox will be strengthened under new leadership. Please excuse me if I don't value that compliment while my friend's blood is still hot on my uniform. I suppose I should thank you for your assistance. But for both our sakes, I do hope we never meet again.
Here.
I don't know who you are or how you accessed my private terminal, but it won't do for prying eyes to have evidence of my activities. I've triggered the Vox Relay fail-safe ejection routine. But worry not. After launching, the station will take several minutes to achieve its pre-programmed self-destruct altitude, so you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the ride before your death.
This is real bad, Commander. We gotta do something. If the Vox crashes into Fairfield, it'll kill a whole lot of my people and innocent civilians. Use the control panel. Do the right thing. It's a relief to hear you say so. Go on then, Commander. We're short on time as it is. We ought to move, quick!
Grey gone astray? Book a stay today. Are you mentally refreshed?
You've returned. I take it matters are progressing well? A proper start. Here, for your effort. Return again when you have another 4 volumes, and I will trade them for more valuable oddities. May safety, amity, and ease be yours.
Charged up.
Huh. A protectorate vestige. I'm guessing the cadre didn't make it then. Time to start poking around. We'll need all their armorial IDs to get in.
Captain, have we truly certified that all in our midst are suited for this mission? It would be most disheartening were any of us to bear reservations.
If you take issue with my presence, speak plainly. My loved ones didn't bear no influence on my own.
Your loved ones, Juan? Once a loved one of mine became a traitor, I would no longer refer to them thusly. Unless you still harbor feelings.
Enough! Your sniping discredits you both.
Wardens must speak through action. Move out!
To succeed or die, we shall do what is required of us. We will not falter. Marchand, make a duplicate of our field recording, in the event we don't survive.
I'll take care of him, Commander. I don't know what you need to worry about. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Ceased. Is there any way...
Looks like we have a few hungry friends joining us. Keep your finger on the trigger.
Love to, but I'm not ready.
Lift should be here soon.
Nothing is ever simple. Taking a little woozy there, Commander. Quite unseen. Talk for a minute. Happy to help. Shaft faster than this.
I'd like to have a word with whoever's in charge of maintenance around here. Right after we deal with these rats. All that was some kind of universal test? Hope this means we passed.
is one. I have suffered grievous wounds. At least one of my lungs meets the open air. LaRue fell swiftly. Screamed for me to help, but if I had remained to aid her, the mission would be at its end. The mission which is now doomed. But were you here, I would use the last of my strength to slay you. Our feelings are not even a candle to the incandescent love of the Sovereign. Our blood, my blood, for the Protectorate. Signing off.
Introducing Auntie's new line. Specialty drinks for the discerning consumer. Auntie Fizzos.
Let me know when you need an instruction. You lot couldn't hit the broad side of us. Over here. Free hole in the head.
Traps back in business.
No, Jackson, don't!
Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly!
Jackson, you're too young to be a crater in the dirt! Oh, law, I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall? He thought those boots would make him fly, but they really just allow the user to jump repeatedly. Unless their downward velocity is too great. If so, well, you see what happens. Dying, actually. Dying in a fairly slow, agonizing manner. We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new Protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears. That's right. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough. I can't fathom no sensible motive why she'd jump.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize. There ain't no way off this platform besides jumping, and you've seen how that ends. But you being down there makes you uniquely qualified to help us. The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to, well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our 2 former cohorts.
Exactly! Because he had no idea how science works and thought the word thrusters meant he could fly. So when I told him to jump, he opted for open air instead of where I told him to go. They're experimental. We'd not laid eyes on them before, but the data we found with them says they were actually designed to let people hop their way up the spire. If you activate the plasma thrusters when you're already airbound, they can give you a fair bit of extra boost. It should let you turn a quick hop into a surprisingly grand vault.
Oh, thank the Sovereign. Thank you, stranger. We are eagerly anticipating a long life, utterly absent of starvation.
Overheard what you said earlier, that nobody wants Auntie's Choice here. Maybe not right now, but that tune'll change once these folks see just what we're all. Freedom.
Freedom with a gun don't strike you as a might.
So liberation is only acceptable on your terms. Is that it?
It's acceptable when we do it because the people ask for our intervention. That's kind of the whole point of the Earth Directive.
You say that, but we both know that ain't why you or the commander came to Arcadia in the first place. What was the plan? Take what you came for and leave these folk to their fate? No. I think it ain't so much that the Earth Directorate only goes where they've been asked. It's more about what serves their interests. So, who's really the moral party here?
I ain't gonna be lectured by a corporatist. Find someone else to bluster at.
You're by our crop of Brachythecium rutamulum. They're found in bandages and burn tinctures. If you don't have that drive overloader, ascending may be a waste.
It was that easy? Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you reconsider.
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved. And isn't it grand to be in a system that allows me that freedom?
I agree with Liza. I'm inclined to keep a few paces from farming equipment from now on. Here's your reward for evacuating us with all our parts intact. I perhaps ain't as awash in currency as I'd prefer, so you can have my helmet as well. It was useful for identifying crops we'd missed in our harvest, but to be honest, I'd like a little distance from plants for a spell.
skills to kill them before you die.
Loyal subject. La la la.
Isn't so dreadful after all. They even allowed me a choice between fishing and sanitary engineering.
That's far more freedom than we were ever offered while living under the Protectorate.
Also, brace yourself for this. Can you believe we receive pay, that is to say, monetary remuneration for our work?
What a novel concept. Hello. You must be a new...
here to do some fishing?
Worker. No. My mistake. Just passing through.
Taking my final breath in the name of it. My sacrifice of patriarchs. Embracing mortality, test my morality. Serve the paradigm.
Thanks for not crushing my plants, friend. I'm the Senior Principal Chief Director of Natural Studies, Acquisitions, and Monetization on Paradise Island. But call me Betsy. I'm always out looking for exciting new plants, rocks, and critters, but you can likely puzzle that out on your own. Say, you ain't looking for a job, are you? It's easy. Just need to confirm reported locations of a few rare and highly valuable plants. You can keep anything you find. Well, you got me grinning to split my noggin clean in two. But enough of that. To business. I got a stack of reports, but since we're not supposed to be riling things up with the Protectorate right now, I can't go investigate them myself. It might be seen as aggressive. But since you're an unaffiliated freelancer, you could handle this task no problem. Just go to these places and verify if the resource is there or not, and report back to me. Friend, you and I are about to become very wealthy. First up, I need you to find a beautiful flowering plant called Heartless Lephoria. It can be found across Arcadia. More specifically, it's typically found near Xeranium, so it's spread along with the Protectorate civilization, since their technology is mostly powered by Xeranium. Extremely toxic and fairly volatile, but it's a right good source of energy if you know how to handle the stuff. Like I said, most Protectorate technology runs on it. You'll know it if you see it. It's black and silver, and it sort of hangs in the air on account of it being the same density. Don't go near it. Even a full helmet won't help you. Straight to it then. I got 2 reports so far. One near the Automech Repair Center in the southeast corner of the island. The second is to the north of here and a little east of the bridge. And again, friend, anything you find is yours. I don't want to get audited for unapproved stock. Just need someone to put lamps on those spots and verify them for me.
Carr mentioned this place once. Trained up arbiters to kill without remorse. Law-damned turrets won't make it easy for us.
Locked and loaded. Just give the signal. Got eyes on some loot. Not getting up without help. Pick me up first. Worry. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Arbiter Nebs. The words are a song to my ears. This, no doubt, is the opportunity I have long awaited. These hapless recruits arrived just before the invasion. No sooner had they set down their bags than their instructors were called to the war front. I read the fear, the uncertainty in their faces. And I knew, as this outpost's primary practice target replacement technician, I alone could teach them. They see me as their leader, their arbiter. I will not fail. Should the invasion breach our defenses, I will stand proudly at the vanguard, shoot to kill, and lead them to victory.
It's a pro!
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Loyal subject. Loyal.
No, wait. I don't need refreshment. I'm so refreshed. Yep, that's me. Fresh like
So, how does Lucy look? Giving up? She looks fine. I can hardly believe my lamps. Looks like she's feeling much better. And I think she's taken a liking to you. Good luck shaking her off you now. Once they're smitten, they try and stick to you like a canid. Now, I don't have too many bits to pay you with, but this'll unlock that old safe in the house. It wasn't mine to begin with, so you're welcome to anything in it.
Bury another agent! Commander, watch your vitals!
and in one piece. I assume you have good news and haven't forgotten where you were going or what you were supposed to be doing? I was hoping for at least one, but both at once? Exceptional. None of my lab assistants are ever this efficient. And since you're so good at this, I have another job for you. There's a type of rare mineral called ferrochromium. It's yellowish in color and typically forms in rocky, mountainous areas or caverns. Our data points to the east coast of the island, the far southwest, and just this side of the ravine, almost straight north of here. Same rules as before. You keep what you find.
Happy to help. Good street. Let's get you healed.
Not getting up without help, Commander.
Gone astray? Stay today. Are you mentally
Let me handle this.
here. Field report update. We are approaching the Raptidon den. These beasts have exhibited excessive irritability as of late. We endeavor to determine why. Surely the red spores aren't to blame. Windborne spores lack the catalytic agent of our food additives. Only way to be certain is to gather a stool sample. Simple enough. A routine task for the Audacious Advances field team. Quiet now as we approach the rap's nest.
Looks like a fight. Grab's ready if you need a house call.
No. Oh, okay. We need to run now!
Locked and loaded. Let's get the signal. That's the one you need to worry about. Over here! Free hole in the head! Look at a few foot flow, Commander.
My favorite new scout! Did you find the ferrochromium deposits? All of them? Oh, once I'm free to roam again, I am going to make a heap on these. Going to have finder's rights and royalties on half the island. Thanks heaps for your help, friend. I hope those resources you found help you turn a big profit. And here's a bonus for you. Well, that's plenty for me to run claim paperwork on for now. Just by way of a heads up, our scouts never made it to the North Island. There could be more there. That's the spirit. Where there's a will for bits, there's a way to bits. Ferrochromium and heartless Lephoria are relatively rare and valuable, but aren't new. We first set lamps on them elsewhere in Arcadia. Not to worry, though, friend. There's lots of other much more rare resources out there that might even be unique to a single moon. Get out there and get surveying.
Take the pressure off with anti-fizzos. Bottled under more than 3 atmospheres.
All these rifts got everyone riled up, including me.
You ever find yourself with too much disposable income? I got plenty of ideas on how to dispose of it.
Feels good, don't it? Helping folks like Zeb and Audra hit back against the Protectorate. Almost like being back with the Earth Directorate. Yeah. Guess I am. First time in a long time I felt something kin to hope. It's easy to focus on all that's going wrong, but wins ought to be celebrated too. No. Trust, I learned my lesson there. Got the burns to prove it. On Triangular might have suggested going for drinks somewhere they don't come with fuel, but here, I think we'll have to settle for patting each other on the back. Shucks, Commander. I'm gonna get top-heavy you keep paying me compliments like that. Thanks again for going out of your way to help Zeb. Now I can focus on hunting down the Vrees without feeling like I've got a rabid sprat in my back pocket.
My system still ain't gotten the memo we're clear of the relay. I'm itching to keep running. We're damn lucky we got out in time, Commander. Real glad you found a way to mitigate the destruction. Without the relay looming over all, maybe the island can finally recover. Lon knows it's seen enough as it is. Thought it was noble helping the Vigilant get Westport back on its feet. In theory. Who wouldn't want to see their home rebuilt? On the other hand, this could be one hell of an advertisement for other Protectorate settlements. Rebuilding in the face of Auntie's choice and all that. But on the other hand, could only be a matter of time before Westport crumbles into the sea again, and this'll be all for naught. What was your question again? Fine by me.
Being this close to DeVries feels like we're finally on track to set the universe aright. Anyway, need something, Commander? Oh yeah? What's needling you?
Every time I think I'm having a bad day, I just tell myself, wait till tomorrow. It'll probably be worse. Swear, I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy mark, guaranteed moneymaker, favorable terms. Practically the recipe for success. Look like you've had your share of troubles. Ever had the perfect opportunity just slip through your fingers? Wait, what? Is that from Jackson? Oh, thank the law. Jackson and I are partners, see. He unearthed an unexploited Protectorate technology. Promised it'd revolutionize the daily life of Auntie's Choice citizens. This is just the thing to put me on the map. Fast-track promotion to lower middle management for sure. Why, that's terrible. But you said you have the schematics? I'll take those. What? Sovereign's finest potato corollary peeler? This was supposed to be a guaranteed bestseller. Who in their right mind would... Jackson, you idiot! Ah! It's a good thing he's dead, because if he wasn't, I'd kill him! There's no... God damn it! I'm never getting that promotion. This was supposed to be my easy path to a promotion. Must be something I can do to salvage this. Tell me, did you come across any other advanced protectorate technology while you were there? Anything more, well, easily marketable? Personal thrusters? No one would ever want such preposterous things. I'd be laughed out of recreant reclamation. Imagine, jumping about like a sprog. Ridiculous. Well, here's all I can spare in regards to your compensation. Try not to spend it all in one place. It's supposed to be categorically bad for commerce. In the unlikely event things somehow pan out and I get that big promotion, I'll see you're taken care of. Until then, take care.
My aftermarket parts are prime.
Commander. Just say when.
That's some bad company. Give the order.
Horns in the head. Hey, got a distraction for you. Over here. All in the head.
deal with a new living weapon fielded by Auntie's forces. The previous squad was unprepared for this threat and was consequently torn asunder. Command's intel could never be so lacking as to allow this to occur. So why?
Look alive, Commander.
Auntie's choice of a false sense of security before launching counteroffensive teams. This will undoubtedly save far more lives than it cost. Another stroke of genius from Command. Praise the matriarch. Sergeant Bournesworth, signing off.
Let me know when you need a distraction. Ready to waste them. On your command. That's the one you need to worry about. You lot couldn't hit the broad side of a frame.
Greetings. Something new to report? Ah, well, then here are your rewards, per earlier terms discussed. I trust you'll find it all useful. Return with the remaining 5 volumes to complete the set, and I shall provide you the rarest rarities available to me. Greetings. Something new to report? Return.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you 4 minutes and 27 seconds ago. But never mind that. I have a missive for you. Highest priority. Recipient's eyes only. All I can tell you is that it is from Arcadia's most judicious custodians, the Order of the Ascendant. I am not privy to any information beyond that. Oh, they did also say it was important. I was tasked 6 months ago to deliver it to whomever ship was at this landing pad at this exact time. Well, 4 minutes ago, like I said. All other questions may be answered by viewing the missive, I expect. Farewell, and as they say, may all your endeavors come to fruition.
Time to watch whatever it was the messenger had for us.
Don't mind me, just hydrating my scales. Law, ain't that a sentence? Got something that needs doing, Commander? Sure. Got someone in mind? Seems friendly enough, if a mite guarded and a little thick-headed in his view of Auntie's choice. Regardless, I can assure you I'll treat him with the same respect I show you. Though I reckon he's seen his fair share of struggles over the years, no matter how he tries to hide it. Think he ought to ask for help when he needs it.
Careful now. Oh, you sure haven't lost any of your boundless energy.
Greetings, Agent of the Earth Directorate. I am Ruth Bassar, presiding Bishop of the Order of the Ascendant. At this time, I can only presume you think us your enemy, directly responsible for your colleague Augustine de Vries' actions way back on Horizon Point. I assure you, we were not. A splinter group was behind that heresy. The collective of scientists and scholars I lead are committed to elevating humanity by pursuing a greater understanding of reality. I believe our goals are not incompatible. We both oppose the Protectorate, and we both wish to preserve Arcadia from ruin. We can help each other. I entreat you to speak with Abbot Newell. He can be found in Golden Ridge at Matriarch's mercy. He will aid you in your mission, and hopefully, you will see fit to aid us in ours. Nav key coordinates to the Golden Ridge landing pad on Dorado are embedded in this message. Go forth as was determined,
and may the plan guide you.
Well, who could turn down an invitation like that? To Golden Ridge, Commander?
Commander, the nav key coordinates supplied by the presiding bishop of the Order have been verified. Landing in Golden Ridge is now possible. Additionally, we are also able to land in Free Market Station, due to the astrogator's progress with the updates necessitated by its rebuild. Free Market Station is an independent marketplace, the only one in the system. It is called such as it was built out of a crashed Auntie's Choice freighter by that name. Golden Ridge is located on Dorado. It is home to the Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy, as well as previously being a center for mining Zeranium. The Protectorate abandoned it soon after the invasion, leaving Auntie's Choice and the Order of the Ascendant to fight for control of the area and its resources. Agent Ibarra prioritized your recovery above pursuing Agent DeVries. This involved disassembling and rebuilding the astrogator to allow the incognito to travel to your location. As the rebuilding process progresses, old nav keys may be unlocked. Unfortunately, most of them are likely not recoverable.
Realize we would have landed so close to the action.
We got bases down there. If one of them got hit, then that strike will be the first of many.
Your patience is commendable, passenger. Please continue waiting quietly until the next tram arrives.
The station must have really been something before the war made its home here. If things escalate, might never be something again. Folk were hunkered down here. Wonder how long they held out before. Well, best not to think about it. We got an appointment to keep at Matriarch's Mercy. Let's just hope we don't get shelled too.
An ongoing prolongation of existence in
Please, somebody help us! Anybody, please! Finally, some help. We desperately need aid. Desperately. My family and I, we was making our way to the Mercy camp for us refugees. We were set upon. My wife, my son were injured. Can't move them by myself. I had to leave them just past this tunnel so as I could go for help. But being alone is even more riskier. The Varachnids, I chased them off, but they'll be back. Please help us. Ain't nothing I can do for them, but you got weapon and medicines and can get us to the camp. Please. I don't... Vary, by my guess, she was bit on the thigh, high, like, can see bone. Or maybe white means infected? She's screaming all the time when she's awake. Then she goes to sleep. She in agony. And my son ain't waked since the attack. Hurry, please. We must hurry, or they'll be eaten. Or worse. Thank you. Thank you. This way. This way.
Another adequate day in paradise. Got ready to waste on your command. Combat! Hey! Got a distraction for you!
So I can take the adrenatine.
Sight unseen. Let's get you healed. Out of sight and on the way. Refugees, looks like. And after that strike, there'll only be more at the gates.
Another refugee? All right, just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations. I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic of late. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger. Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here. I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Or when? Unclear. Stay away from it, and, in all probability, you won't have to find out. Our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars. Only a fool ignores probability, and we don't suffer fools around these parts. Not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. That's enough questions. Keep the line moving. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars. Peaceful silence of the canyons.
I can't recall the last time this region.
How long are we meant to stay here?
That's the order. I'm not in the prediction business.
Broke my nose last scrap. I banged him up real good for you, didn't I? I won you one, right? Matters settled.
The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now.
You used at least 2 words I ain't sure I know. And I already forgot the question. No? I think.
You ought to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this... What does she call it? Oh, yeah. Quasi-illicit shenanigan.
Doesn't like to look at us when we're all banged up. Said my face turned her off Borscht loaf.
Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her Mapother and Mudge sent you.
Keep your lamps lit. Wherever there's trouble, there's always opportunists willing to profit.
You strike me as the upstanding sort. You lost.
You got business? No? Move on.
My noggin sure is sore.
What caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order? The Consul tried to kill presiding Bishop Ruth Vassar, but we saw that.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be. Yes, technically a hut is meant to be only one story, because when you stack them, they tend to fall over. Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone, so they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down. Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes. They're doing something, which is better than nothing, but not by much.
Your future is in our hands.
by calculating the position of every atom in the universe. Control reality and ascend to a state of virtuous dominance.
1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced. I have 0 allotted time for random queries, at present or in the foreseeable future. But very well. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me. The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources. Appreciate you respecting my time.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, new arrivals. Of an independent operative nature, one presumes. Did the abbot assign you to help? Yes. Unfortunately, you are the first to notice. Infrastructure requests from the displaced exceed present resource capacity. The mounting accumulation of prevailing desideratum is regrettably beyond us. Or beyond me, more to the point. I am simply one person, impossibly stretched thin, and unable to attend to the needs of the displaced. One priority concern stands out. Well, something of a dispute, really. One where my latest near-future prognostics report may provide some guidance. Tell me, what do you know of the exclusion zone? Excuse me, but the intricate dance of the cosmos is anything but shady. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril. Surely, but the abbot asked me to be personally responsible for their continued well-being. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, "An outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute. We can't have the voice of the displaced sowing disorder. Will you help us? Will you be our outside mediator, as was foretold?" The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. Feel free to speak with the voice of the displaced herself if you aren't already acquainted. Any questions before you get started? I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade. Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here. According to predictions, yes. Or at least, my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain. More than usual, in fact. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them, form your own opinion, and when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone.
defy the law. It's you. Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. True, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider would answer my prayers. I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are, a dashing outsider standing before me. Strictly speaking, it isn't. Not yet. But the math is very, very, very good at predicting what is probably most likely extremely possible. In theory. Within a margin of error. Anyway, that is the Seer's business. My business is the health and welfare of this camp. Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an outsider would find them. My thanks, stranger. Probability is on our side. The Seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks. How can I be of service? Since you aren't a refugee, I hope you understand that I cannot offer my goods free of charge, but my prices are fair.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself. Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability? Yes, the presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, due to our need for compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Ridge? Victor? Oh, yes, Archivist Clemens. Quite the mind. Such encyclopedic knowledge of engineering. One could almost mistake him for an exemplar. Is he in some kind of trouble?
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse. And that may well be true. But our standard of proof within the Order is not normally met by hearsay alone. Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the Enray Range, beyond the invaders' front lines. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution. Besides the highly caustic Xeranium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay. Rift worshippers spouting inane theories. They began showing up prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate always starts small, doesn't it? Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy within the Order, whether Victor is involved or not. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation. No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Auntie's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate? Choosing levity at a moment like this is only further evidence of your lack of good judgment.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend, but the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence, but if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace. Most assuredly not. It would eliminate the entire point of the ceasefire. Please convey that fact to whomever you speak with. I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings. Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis. Yes.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine. Oh, indeed. I needn't educate you on what you can see with your very eyes. There is a great deal of pressure on me to navigate what is a rather novel situation. Without Wiley, I dare say our predicament here would be even more precarious. Many lives depend on him, on us both. Why, Matriarch's Mercy would not be the refuge it is without his predictions shepherding its development. Not if you consider the alternative. Its absence would be far more catastrophic for these poor refugees. Really, the Order is being quite charitable. That is a statue of the Matriarch, Alexandra Varick, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-Order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Ha! Good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
We need to help the folk at Opportunity, Commander. Void the Abbot. He's more concerned with exonerating...
Ah, I've pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized Order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then. I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct? We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible, and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense. Unforeseen factors, random elements, anomalous outliers, incalculable variables, all of them can undercut the accuracy of our predictions. But as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will become known unknowns. Then finally, known knowns. You follow? Matriarch's mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. There's nothing more practical than improving lives now, is there? We've offered the displaced access to our weekly prognostics reports and personalized order projections. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly. One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the displaced as well. True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all must do the best we can with limited means. Well, I do believe you're needed elsewhere. Farewell.
The paradigm is a self-centered derivative take on the grand plan.
Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere. Well, if it's in the displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment. Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail. Oh dear, I got ahead of myself, didn't I? That's an occupational hazard around here. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle. Never as many as I would like, perhaps, but my little congregation grows by the hour. Eventually, my unsophisticated layperson friend, the knowledge just seeps right in. Give it a few years and they'll even be asking questions.
you come to bask in
Reminds
the
me of
Order's
Tau
knowledge?
Ceti right after the merger. Had to wait for my number to be called just to get rations and a cot. Hope these folk don't have to wait as long.
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings. Talk about close quarters.
Just be grateful for what you have.
I miss my... How do you do, stranger? Always nice to see a friendly face around Matriarch's Mercy. Though it's a pity I can't lend more aid to our downtrodden collective. I'm just a humble taxidermist. What? And you think that's me? Listen, friend, a little skill with needle and thread does not make me a qualified medical professional.
Look, this place ain't exactly crawling with experts, and Doc needs all the help he can get. Even if all you do is suture wounds, your services will be invaluable.
Have it your way, then. I know when I'm being voluntold. But you better make it worth my while. Before I agree to anything, I need sprat corpses. Several. And no victims of violence, please. My art depends on the quality of the sleeve. The term is industry standard. And a taxidermist without standards is never a pretty sight. I used to source all of my sprats from a local trapper, Frankie Billings. No idea if she's still in business. Word has it she's out north in Auntie's Choice territory, so watch yourself. Fresh being the operative word. My thanks, stranger.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting the sprat back into the can.
A gentle reminder to all non-order residents of Matriarch's Mercy. Exclusion zone entry is respectfully discouraged. On advisement of the Abbot, under good authority from the Seer.
Unspecified dangers are predicted in these areas at an indeterminate point in time.
Your compliance for the continued safety of yourself, family, and your friends.
Stranger, the Order bids you welcome, but also warnings. In light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here.
So it was one of our bases that got hit. Well, I'm gonna be sick.
The presiding bishop sent you. Then I'd advise making for it post-haste. You'll find safety there. The rest of this area, less so. I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end. Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. Not quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken.
Well, it weren't our artillery that made that strike. I can tell you that much.
They must have done something to provoke an attack, which is why your safest path now is the one that leads to Matriarch's Mercy. The Order controls everything south of this point, but the rest is beset with various dangers. Zealots, scavengers, creatures, and corporatists. Well, not certain about that last one anymore, after the attack. Yep, mad to the last one. People will turn to anything to ease their discomfort during times of crisis, I suppose. They're both unstable and violent. Auntie's forces call them scrappers. and uses them for just that, gathering scrap materials. Excessive abuse of stimulants has made them severely unbalanced and prone to violence. They've also been known to pose as refugees, to lure their victims into ambushes. There are several camps of them northwest of here. I'd strongly advise keeping your distance. The creatures are of the genus Verachnid. They are large enough to kill a full-grown human, and exceedingly willing to do so.
May all your endeavors elicit expected results.
Commander.
Cap's still recharging!
Things take time, Commander. How are you still upright over there?
That is what I call a stubborn clog in the old pipes. You're gonna have to hold it in, friend. Privy's out of order. Never fear. I'll get that clog moving soon enough. They don't call me the pipe doctor for nothing. You mean you want the pipe doctor to practice real medicine? On real people? Why, this is the greatest day of my life. The human gut is the most compact and efficient sewer system ever. A plumber's dream. My dream. But don't get me wrong, it would be an honor. I'm just not sure that I'm ready for that kind of challenge. Well, I do thank you for your confidence, regardless. Always remember, good plumbing starts in the bowels. Don't forget to... Now, what can the pipe doctor do for you? I'm just a plumber. What do I know about human anatomy? People aren't toilets. Well, always remember. Good plumbing starts in the bowels.
Attention, freelancer. You are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend you return.
Yeah.
Halt! Access to that area of this trench line has been restricted to authorized personnel only. It isn't safe, given the rift.
Attention, freelancer. You are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend you return.
I'll take care of it, Commander.
You're looking fresh, tingling. All charged up. Let's get you out of sight and on the way. To the rescue. Sight unseen.
That's the one you need to worry about. Hey, got a distraction for you.